Hello, thank you for joining RasPipKr tutorials. I'm Martin Parker, and in this video I'm going to continue by showing you some more functions of the OS module. It is a built-in library as part of your Python installation. I'm just going to make this full screen and import the OS library. If I do dir for directory of all the functions of OS, it prints out all the information. I have covered some of these in the previous tutorial in this playlist, but I'm going to in this video I'm going to make a directory. I'm going to replace the name by changing it, and I can move a file by using this and also change its name at the same time. When I've done, I'm going to remove the directory. And I'm also going to scan the directory. I'm also going to use the stat to get the information of when it was last accessed or modified, and I can also do the same thing in path, because that has a function in there as well, but it also has if a file exists or is a directory or is a file. So let's just get rid of this and bring up the file window so you can see it, and I'm going to go into the tutorials folder. Don't know why that's on. Bring up my Python shell and import the OS library again. Let's look where we are by os.getCurrentWorking directory. So os.change directory. I'm going to change into the tutorial so I match up with the other window on screen. And if I do os.list dir, I can see what's in there, as it shows here ctd.py. It's popped up here as a list, so you could store this as a variable. So there you go. I'm going to make a directory now, doing the os.mk for make dir directory, and pass it as a string. We'll call this test, and as you can see it's popped up over here. And if I do os.replace, I'm going to change, as you can see it says a source and a destination, so I'm going to change the test directory I've just created, and I'm going to call it tester. Okay, so as you can see it's popped over, changing the name. I can move a file as well using the .replace function. So let us move the ctd.py file, and let's put it into the tester folder. You can change its name at this point as well, so we'll just call it c.py. Oops. So there we go. As you can see, it's changed over here. If I go into there, there's the file. If I just open it up, you'll see it is the file that we previously worked on. If I bring up the information of the tester folder, you can see that it's 8 kilobytes, the time and date of when it was modified, accessed, etc. And you can find that out by using the .stat, so os.stat method, and it's asking for a path. You can do the full path, but as we're in a directory we don't necessarily need to do the full path, so I'll do the tester, and it's returned with information here. So it's giving us the last access time, which is the A time, and it's a timestamp. The modified time as a timestamp, and the C time, which I believe it to be when the permissions were changed, which is the same time as the M time and the C time. if we store these values as A, so I'm just going to click up to that to bring it down, and I'm going to, rather than store everything, I'm going to grab the last 3 entries to the end of the well, it's not a list, it's a tuple, so I'm just going to grab them last 3 entries, which are then timestamps. So if I call A, you'll see that I've got a tuple because it's got the curly brackets, not a list because that would be a square bracket. So if I import date time, I will be able to create an actual date time to show you, and it will match up with, just bring it back, this information here. So if I do a for I in A, so we're going to iterate through that by printing the date time module with the date time function, using the from time stamp function, using the I that we're iterating through, and that'll print to screen like so. So these are the times here. So for the access time when it was done, which will be that one, and then when it was last modified, when I moved the file into it, I guess. So I don't need that name. So that was the stat. I'm going to use the os.path, and if I use the get A for the access time, and if I pass in A, well, we'll throw in the first argument, and what? No, I didn't mean to do that. It should be a silly me. It should be a file, and I should have, or a directory name. I'm jumping ahead here. So there we go. There's a time date stamp. This integer here matches up with what we've asked for, the get A time, which is that bit there of the tester directory. But when you do it this way, using the os.path.get A time, you get the milliseconds as well, if you really want to be that precise. But that's how you can get the access time. There is a get M time and a get C time for the corresponding ones as well, but you get the idea. I can check os.path.exist function, and using the path, either a full path or a local path, we know that it's in the tester folder, and no, it's popped up now, but the file that we're going to look for, if the c.py exists and it's returned as a boolean saying true, because it is there. But if I put in the old name, it'll return as false because it doesn't go by that name. I can do os.path.is file, and pass in the same sort of information. So we'll check against the folder and it should return false, but if I pass in the actual c.py into there now, it'll say true, because that file there does exist, which is inside that folder. os.path.is dir, so you can check if something is a directory or not. I need to spell it correctly, otherwise it will fail. There we go. So I've done the is directory, exists, is file, I've covered all them. So right, if we do the os.replace, let us grab the tester c.py and bring it back to the current folder. Oops, didn't like that. os.get working directory. We are in there. Should have let us do it. In fact, let's grab it and we will call it tester / and we'll put it back to the original. What happened then? Original name. Oh, silly fool. That's why it failed, didn't it? What a buffoon. Going back to this attempt, I shouldn't have put the / in at the beginning, so I do apologise. So we're changing the name of the file and we have brought it back to match up how it originally was. Coming to the end of the video, forget that bit though please. So if I do os.rmdir for remove directory, you can do the full path, but we are going to get rid of the tester directory now, and as you can see it has now disappeared. So that's it. Oh, I didn't do the scan directory, did I? Do apologise. Right, this is an iterator, what it returns as. So I have something as A. We'll call this B. So B equals os.scan dir. If you don't pass anything into it, it'll do it from where you are. So if I do for I in, not A, we're using B this time, print I. So it's going to run through the iterations of the directory and it's going to print to screen. There's nothing much in there. That was a bit disappointing. In a previous video I mentioned, and I've also used it earlier, about changing directories, but if you want to change up a directory, pass in the string 2 dots, and that will take you back up a directory. os.get current working directory. There we go. So we've gone from the tutorial folder into the Pi folder. So now if I do the same thing, if I grab that and if I grab the print, there we go, that's everything. That's a bit more information than the just showing that one file. So there you go, you can get all the information of the files that are in that directory by using this scan directory function. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, please share if you did enjoy it, and please subscribe if you could. That would be fantastic, and I will catch you in the next one.